Okay, there we go. We're live.
Hey guys.
The PM stream, which unfortunately is not as lively because we don't have Tank with us.
Nope. I was thinking maybe we should make the PM stream the Mythoverse podcast.
It might be a good idea. The only issue is, could we get Dan with us?
They're gonna have. Or this is. I'm not saying anything. We might have more people joining the Mythoverse. Don't consider it official announcement yet.
All right, but yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll see how the chips fall as time goes on.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the Mythoverse, obviously I know you saw that little thing Dan and Beth made yesterday.
Yep.
Yep.
And I noticed that you were the one that, just pushed her in the direction of the school uniform. Just a little bit.
I didn't expect her to actually go with it. Lieutenant Rice Ball says hi.
Oh, hey. Yeah, but then she did, and I noticed it only took her 3 hours to do it.
Yeah. Especially I actually like that. I mean, especially considering that I've been floating you the idea that you might as well just do a pinup of Althea in a Catholic school uniform. But I think I like this better. Just like this is what Althea essentially looked like in high school.
The leader of an all-girls school gang.
Actually, aren't there some Catholic schools where they're completely gender segregated?
Yeah, there are. Regina is one of them.
So Regina's an all-girls school.
Yep, Regina de La Salle is all boys. My sister and my grandmother went to Regina.
Wait. Like, you said Regina and La Salle?
De La Salle is an all-boys school.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's canon. Regina went to an all-girls Catholic school.
Regina?
Fuck! I meant Althea. It can't be Regina because we know, actually, technically, Regina didn't really go to high school.
Well, yeah, but I find it funny how that all works out.
Oh.
I also knew a girl whose middle name was Regina.
Yeah, true. It's just more
ironically, she was also the sweetest girl you'll ever meet.
There was a lady I ran into at work named Regina who was short and not a redhead.
Yeah. There's not very many Regina who are redheads.
Well, we already know that Regina is based off Liz, so it's like, good luck finding another woman who looks like Liz.
You're really not going to be able to.
Nope.
And while she can be nice, she's got a bite. As Nintendo found out all that while ago.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny because he followed me despite the fact that I have Brian as a mutual follow and Trent as a mutual follow.
Mm-hmm.
All the wrong people. And I think he got the message when I didn't follow him back.
Yeah. Now, speaking of it though, like, it's kind of funny, like how after yesterday and today, apparently there are things that are now canon in Althea's past.
Yep.
Like, yeah, she went to an all-girls Catholic school, and apparently she was. Although the part where she is the leader of an all-girl of a school gang is one that strains credibility for me, just because the vibe I get off Althea is she doesn't play well with others.
Which makes her the perfect boss.
Did I manage to play the Resident Evil 2 remake? No, Riceball, I did not. I don't even have it. I've been too busy playing Fallout, and I just recently got Skyrim installed on my PC.
Myself can only focus on one game at a time, and right now I'm working on Red Dead 2.
How's that going?
Not far, but very fun.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah. Also, I kind of liked how Dan and did Adobe in her school days.
Oh, he got Beth to draw her.
Really? That was Beth's work too. I thought that was.
Yep. That
I
was
must have
Beth.
thought, God damn.
Yeah, she's a great find.
I should have asked her to do Maeve, but then again, it's like she just would have drawn regular Maeve because she's a public school kid.
Yeah, but don't worry, I've got something in mind for Maeve.
Fucking Eminem suit, you bastard.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until you've forgotten all about it.
I haven't forgotten about it.
You will. You will.
Yeah. Although Beth seemed to appreciate that fact that she's a public school kid.
Oh yeah. I think Maeve is gonna be the breakout hit character.
I don't know. I mean, like, you can at least you and Dan can sell Adobe and Althea on sex appeal.
Yeah, but yeah, well, that's true and all. I think people are gonna be would want to have more to do with Maeve's cuteness.
Do you really see that happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's it's a pretty viable field. Cute sells. You can sell plussies. You can sell chippies.
I guess, but it's just
Especially when you have Maeve as a baby.
Fallout 4 Rise Ball. That's what I'm playing. I'm playing Fallout 4, and it's a heavily modded version just because I got addicted to those. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from though. Like, I guess there's more merchandising opportunities with a cute character than a sexy one.
Yeah. Although Althea I think, is going to be more of a multi-purpose character. Well, the only way she'll be cute is in the way of chibi merchandise. There's going to be more for readers to appreciate.
Yeah. I know, it's just that between you, me, and Dan, I'm the one with the lowest follower count on Twitter, so I have a hard time believing that I'd have the one with the breakout character.
You see how much fan art you got?
That is true. I have a whole gallery on my Discord for that.
Yeah, you're not the one with the highest follower count, but you've got the ones with the most one that want to draw fan art.
That is true. People do seem to like when I'm. Although when you remember Japan, they found a way to combine cute and sexy.
Yeah, but we're not gonna talk about it right now.
I'm obviously not going there. But it's just like, have you just seen those statues? I've just seen some of those idol statues though. It's just like.
Yeah, they seem like the type that Marion Zimmer Bradley and her husband will appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, you did.
Feminist.
You did go there. You did go there.
They know those two did something wrong. That wasn't right. The estate knows something happened. They didn't contest it.
You are never gonna. It's like, even though that's long been settled, you're never gonna drop that, are you?
I think it should be important that she be remembered as a pedophile who abused her own children.
I don't disagree. You know, it's just, I remember you saying like you've been inside a bookstore, and the three that always go the three authors that go the unsold the most are always Marion Zimmer Bradley, Stephanie Meyer, and L. Ron Hubbard.
Yep. I think with L. Ron Hubbard, it's more because Scientology has changed his name. You know, when you think about it, the least
Weird.
terrible person on that
Well,
list is Stephanie Meyer.
I don't know though. I mean, like, it's going. Like I said, L. Ron Hubbard might have got a little nuts and started his own fake religion, but it's not really. Is it really that bad?
Well, while he's still alive, they tried to infiltrate the IRS.
Okay.
His
Actually, I
wife,
don't know.
his
I don't
wife
know.
was one of the people that was charged in that.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not sure how I feel about that because I'm all fuck the IRS.
Yeah, but if they were able to infiltrate the IRS, think of all the other government agencies they could infiltrate after that.
Hmm. Point taken.
Also, there's some accusations of pedophilia on his part.
Yeah, but it's not like they're ever going to be proven now.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. You know, I have to wonder, maybe like after people just kept pissing on Twilight, do you think like Stephanie Meyer just took it in stride and just like owned it?
Yeah, I think she took it in stride. She's still writing after all.
Seriously?
Yeah. Her last book was a romance novel called The Chemist, which is quite funny because he has no idea how chemistry works.
Huh.
But she tried having the next big series with the host, bombed. The Chemist, I think, bombed as well. So she's going to join J.K. Rowling as an author who's known more for that one title than anything else.
Yeah, except, well, I don't know. I mean, like, we both don't. Neither of us think Harry Potter's all that good. But then again, it's like even Twilight had about as massive a following as Harry Potter.
Yeah, even had some senators involved, which I found to be really weird. They have grown women, aging women, involved with a story for tweens. But hey, to each their own.
I guess. I have to. Oh, this. Although bringing it right back to the sort of bringing it back to the Mythoverse, I mean, like, and I remember, didn't I remember Dan saying something about like how at this point in her life, Adobe would have been too much into her piercings.
Yeah, so she. Yeah, then again, Catholic school, so Adobe wouldn't be wearing her piercings at school.
You're gonna tell them she can just take. She just took him out. Like, I have to imagine if she's got a nose piercing or several, it's like it's gonna be painful.
Yeah.
Then again, I didn't go to Catholic school, so I don't know like how strict a lot of them are about their dress codes.
Me neither, but they had uniforms.
Yeah, that's true.
Although, to be honest, what my sister wore was nothing like the school uniform Beth gave Althea.
If I did guess, Beth just probably did a quick Google search of what a Catholic schoolgirl uniform would look like, and she just grabbed the one that looked the least sexy.
Yeah. Then again, Regina's uniform was basically a polo shirt and skirt.
I don't want to. Now I kind of want to see that. It's like like, and the reason just to clarify, the only reason I said it looked like Beth grabbed the least sexy one she could find was just because I had to imagine if she was doing a Google image search, she had to screen through probably dozens of really slutty chicks in Catholic schoolgirl uniforms.
Yeah, that's probably the reason.
Yeah.
But if you were to look up the school's name, you'd be able to find it. But I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I know. It still looks good.
Yep. And then there's a Dovey who doesn't care about how her uniform looks.
No, obviously.
As well as the middle finger.
Also her, especially at that point in her life.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's also funny because I told Dan, it's like, because I quote tweeted Dan and saying like, it is amazing how the women Maeve has for role models in her life are so very less than ideal.
Especially Regina.
Oh, trust me, pretty much all of them are going to be telling her, do as I say, because I did this and it was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically what they're all going to come down to. Although, I think for the most part, Althea might impart some spiritual wisdom.
And I think Dan implied that Adobe would just shirk from the idea completely just because she doesn't want another version of her running around.
Yeah, but I've realized that if I have Althea as a character who was adopted by a family after her birth parents put up for adoption, I figure that she'll probably have more sympathy for changelings because she'd see them as the same thing.
Or at least in a similar position she was in.
Yeah, so she's going to want to help anyone that came her way.
Yeah, but it's like, I wrote in, like, out of all three, maybe the one with the most normal upbringing, at least. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Although, like I said, once she finds out what she really is, then of course that brings up all kinds of complicated possible storylines for. Let's just say, like, once she finds out that she's a changeling and also not even really her parents' daughter, that's just going to that's just going to be laying a whole lot of. That's going to be laying the foundation for like a big plot in that volume.
Oh yeah.
Because let's face it, you can't drop a bomb like that and not expect it to have some kind of consequence. The story long term.
Yeah, you might also want to include ways of turning the folklore's way of change these things back to the normal kids. Such as one of them is you throw the child into the fireplace and the changeling will be dispelled from it.
I don't know. I don't really.
You're going to have to, yeah, you're going to, it's basically going to be something something stupid she's probably going to try simply because at that point she'll probably be desperate enough to want to fix her parents' lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the beauty of Celtic folklore is because it was never written down. you can pick and choose what you want to use. So who knows? Maybe she finds out about it. She tries it. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it does something. Maybe nothing
In terms
happens.
of throwing herself into a fireplace, it has to be lit. So,
But then there's a question: what if her house doesn't have a fireplace?
so let's try somewhere else.
Yeah.
But maybe so make someone worried about that. Probably someone with knowledge about changelings and how things work will tell her, no, that's not how things work. You don't. The child does not come back after throwing yourself into the fireplace. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to burn.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, because I think what I wanted to set up was this was pretty much her lot in life, and she kind of has to learn to accept it, and either she keeps it from a secret from her parents her entire life, or it gets out anyway, and they have to learn to adapt to this very uncomfortable truth.
Yep.
Although I want to on record that I'm not gonna reveal how it turns out one way or the other on this stream, because if I keep talking, if I tell you guys, then there's no point in you reading it. That's what sucks. I think that's what sucks most about writing, though. It's like you got all these good details locked inside your head, and you can't let them out.
Oh yeah, John De La Rose commented on Twitter that it's torture knowing that he has something big going on, but he can't say anything about it.
It sucks just because it gives you something to talk on the one hand, it's fun to talk about it, but it's just you tell people about it. What's the point of them reading it then?
Yeah, I figure if the Mythoverse crashes and burns, we'll have one last live stream where we talk about where the story should have gone if it had gone through.
Might as well. Because at that point, it's we got nothing left to lose.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe after that stream, people will go, "Hey, that sounds interesting. We should do. You guys should do it. We'll throw you money. We'll throw money at you, all the money you want."
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe it's that massive spoiler dump that'll rescue it.
Maybe.
I mean, I've at least got the channel that has super chats enabled, so fuck.
Yeah, so guys, if you throw super chats in there, it'll be much appreciated, and we'll go into the development of our comics.
I actually have to wonder, can you even see the super chat button from here? I know I'm pretty sure I've got monetization enabled. I can't see. I'm not sure. I can't see it on my end, but that just might be just because I can't super chat myself.
Maybe it's because I'm not sure. I don't see anything. Is it because I'm a mod?
I don't think so. If anyone's in the chat, is there a super chat button? I could swear I had one. Because I know for a fact I got the email from YouTube saying that my channel was eligible for monetization.
If not, then dear YouTube, you suck.
Yeah.
You're a lying scumbag.
But let's not pretend it's not also just as possible that I not have enabled it.
That's true, but
I'll just go while we keep talking. I'll just go back and dig and see if I find anything.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I think one of the big things about calling this the Mythoverse podcast is that it's not just going to be about comics; it's also going to be whatever we feel like talking about.
Also true. That'll be good. And it's here it is. I did not enable the super chat.
Oh, I see. I see. Never mind, guys. You can do it now as soon as he gets them up.
Oh crap. Yeah, give me a mo. Yeah, give me a sec.
And then he broke it.
I didn't break anything.
Good job, Brett. You broke it.
Shut up. All right. Let's see.
Okay.
I have to have a title and a company name. You're kidding me.
Well,
I'll just say Mr. Company name, my ass.
that sounds like a very painful company.
No, a company name's just myself.
So basically, you are Mr. Brett McGowan of Your Ass Corporation.
Something like that. Okay. All right. All right. I now have. If I did everything right, should have super chat enabled. And where are the super berries? Although you probably have to reload the.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Also, not pretend it might not take. And if it doesn't show it,
It'll probably. Oh, hey, I see super chats.
Oh, the button's there. You can see the button.
Yep, I can see a button.
I'm gonna reload it to see if it pops up on my end. It would be funny if I could actually super chat myself.
Yeah. Here's $2 for myself.
Hey, I have the button too.
Huh.
So I guess I can super chat myself. Well, I'm not gonna super chat myself anyway. I'm broke until my next paycheck.
Yeah, that and the fact that you'll probably have some of it taken out of your. Some money taken out of that too. So you're technically not sending money out to yourself completely. You're also paying YouTube off.
Also true.
But speaking of super berries, it looks like
I really want. Oh man, I really want to do the Redland voice. That unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I can't. Well,
it looks like the ratio for like super dislikes has changed to 0-0.
So nobody's liking or disliking what Tonko repurposed his channel into.
Nope. But then again, that makes it good because there used to be a massive dislike to like ratio.
That's just good on him. Still, though, I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that Ian Miles Shawn went spurging out on Andy Worski. I mean, that Worski went spurging out on Ian Miles Shawn. Wow, I almost messed that up.
You know, technically, you're right either way. They both spurred out on each other. And now Mr. Maker is doing streams on a guy I used to know. Boy, is that fun. Knowing someone that was part of that Mr. Maker has decided to do videos on.
That is messed up. I mean, okay, wait. When you say know him, you knew him or knew him?
Well, he was a friend of friends. and I've hung out with him a couple of times.
But it's not like you knew the guy personally.
Not entirely. When I it was about last time I actually talked to him was about 10 years ago, and there used to be I was supposed to be at an event as a webcomic creator called Osaka Con, which apparently they got everything worked out with the college they were going to throw the convention at, and everything looked like it was going to go well until this guy who will just be known as his screen name of Chibi Neko Demix. Yeah, you can see why Medicare chose him. Until he decided to cosplay L from Death Note and do a video advertising it. And when that YouTube video got the trolls in, he spurred out, did another video doing all kinds of stuff, including comments about rape. Well,
This sounds like one messed up dude.
yep, well, the college revoked everything. One guy actually lost a job opportunity because of his association with it. And basically, everyone involved was banned from doing any kind of event at the convention, at the college.
Wow.
Yeah, because of this guy working out on the internet.
It kind of reminds me of that one. I think it was a podcast. Lord Cat was just putting Spoonie on blast and talking about because Spoonie had his little betrayal freak out. Like that cost him a lot of business opportunities as a games journalist. Because like there was one time, it was 2011, I think, and he was trying to score an interview with Notch. And unfortunately, the representative of Mojang Games or somebody else, like someone connected to Notch, asked Lord Cat, "Wait, are you connected with that guy with the glasses?"
Oh yeah.
And even though he kept saying, "No, I'm not," they turned him away anyway.
Yeah, in a way, this guy was Osaka Khan's Spoonie.
And that everyone associated with him ended up having their lives fucked.
Although I was the least impacted because I didn't really say much in with it. All I was this guy who was invited to the convention.
Yeah.
I seem to have this kind of luck when it comes to these things.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like how I seem to have this luck for dodging near-death experiences.
Yep.
I'm not kidding, though. Like, there was one time I was leaving for work. Okay, to get out of my neighborhood, there's one way I usually take to get onto Pacific Avenue. And I gotta go past a couple intersections. Neither of these intersections have stop signs on them. Probably because I'm like out in this, because it's like off the main path, so I guess they figure the traffic's really light, which it usually is. Like there's almost nobody on these streets. Now this one time I get off to leave, about to come to the first intersection, and like right out of the corner of my eye, I see this other car coming near me, and I'm this close from getting T-boned by this guy. I even swerved to avoid him. And I survived I survived completely intact. Probably because this guy. Probably because I swerved, and this guy probably noticed me just in time to slam his brakes or something. But what's at first I thought it might have been my fault because I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. Then I wondered what if it was just bad timing, and he and I just got there around the same time and weren't expecting anyone because usually there isn't anyone, which is also possible. And then I'm starting to wonder, wait a minute, this guy didn't honk his horn at me when he was about to T-bone me to at least give me some kind of heads up. So was he driving safely too? I mean, was he driving about as unsafe as I was?
Probably.
Yeah. So yeah.
But
Look, all I can think about is like, holy shit, that was lucky on my part.
yeah. There's been some close calls for me as well, such as one time I hit a patch of ice while I was going to get my paycheck, and I was making a turn. So, but because I was at a red light, I was stopping,
Mm-hmm.
and I slid.
Oh boy!
If there wasn't a space between a big enough space between two cars in the right turn lane, I probably would have hit someone. But instead, surprisingly, I was able to get through between two cars unscathed.
It was a red light, though. I mean, like, boy, I hope that didn't have like red light camera on it, because
Oh no, it's illegal in Michigan.
red light cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they don't. They're not allowed to do that.
There are some street lights out here that have cameras on them out here in Washington.
I remember when my friend got a ticket in Ohio because her car stopped just a little past the stop line.
Yeah.
So because it was a little bit over, they gave her a ticket anyway.
Fuck. I actually got ticketed once because I was heading out to University Place, and I had to pass through Lakewood. The street I went down, I didn't know at the time, had a traffic cam in it. And this is a traffic cam that's made to look for cars that are going a little bit over the speed limit.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. I had a $70 traffic citation mailed to me. That bullshit. Like, they'll say it's for shit to like keep the public safe, but you know what? It's just really to collect revenue for the local government.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I remember coming across a Razor Fist thread where he said like there's sort of an illegal search and seizure.
I'm not surprised.
Because for what? I mean, if you think about that, like it kind of makes sense. I mean, like you're not even being ticketed by an actual cop.
No, you're getting ticketed by a robot, basically.
Yeah. And so what if I went a little over the speed limit? I didn't get anyone. I wasn't going super fast, and I didn't endanger myself or anybody else.
Oh, I'm just not happy over the fact that I'm paying 15 cents over what everyone else is paying for gas per gallon because Michigan decided that the government wanted to do this 15-cent tax per gallon raise because of all the potholes that still have not been filled up yet, despite it being about what 3 years now, 4 years.
I'm gonna check up something. I want to do a little compare. Okay, average gas. Here's the average gas price in Washington according to Gas Buddy, which is actually a very good app. Helps you find cheap gas stations. Okay, where I live in Tacoma, $2.92 a gallon. Now let's check Michigan. Let's see.
It's probably gonna be much lower because last I checked, it was about $2.24, $2.29. But it should be 15 cents less than that.
Let's see. Yeah, according to this, it's from Emil. Oh, here we go. I'm going by Gas Buddy since Okay, I'm getting like several different ones. Like I got, well, this one's not listening by. Okay, you're closest to Detroit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go by that. Yeah, there are like none of them go over $1.99.
Really? Because right now Kroger has it for over $1.99.
Well, keep in mind they don't get. Well, keep in mind they can't get. These are just the top 10 lowest gas prices. Okay, that might have been a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it says according to MLive, the average cost for a gallon of unleaded is $2.27.
Yep, that sounds about right.
So
speaking of Kroger.
Yeah, so even though you don't have other gas tax, even though you've got gas taxes enabled, you're still paying less than what I am.
Yeah, that's surprising. But then again, Seattle's probably put on a lot more.
I was talking about Tacoma. I don't live in Seattle.
But what doesn't make that sting for you is that it's from Democrats. You're not surprised. This happened on the Republicans' watch on my end.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that much. I will give you that.
Yep, so Republicans, take note. I am not voting for you guys until you clean up your act.
Actually, now I have to look up all the gas taxes in Washington because I'm pretty sure they charge 50 cents a gallon and the Fed takes another 18 on top of that?
Yep. Oh, speaking of Kroger, there today, a friend of mine, basically, I works there, who was at one point a mutual friend of Chipping Academics as well. She referred to Kroger as Krogay. I just had to keep myself from smiling. You have no idea.
By the way, I also looked up how much you're paying in gas taxes. You're paying 60 cents a gallon in taxes just for gas.
So I guess that's low.
You pay. How the fuck do you pay more in gas taxes and yet pay out less than I do?
No idea.
Unless I'm not doing the math right. Let me go back.
Or maybe you got Democrats who can't do the right math right, too.
Okay, so it's 49.4 cents a gallon just from that's what the state takes out plus another 18. Calculator.
I need the calculator. 49 plus 18. I paid 67 cents. So I take it back. I'm the one pay. I'm still paying more.
Okay, so you did the math wrong.
Yeah, I did do the math wrong.
Sounds like Shell's taking over your mind.
It's not. It might be because of all the legal pot out here.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Maybe you saw a Worski video and got a contact high.
I can get a contact high by just from a southbound wind.
Yeah, but Worski does so much contact high just from watching his video.
I have not watched. I think the last time I watched a Worski video was when he covered who's that bitch from Hitch with the Bad Mockingbird book?
Chelsea King.
Chelsea King, yeah, her.
And he really did not do a very good job of mocking her.
It's fucking awful, man.
Who is worse, Chelsea Kane or Andy Worski?
No, Chelsea Kane. It's like, honestly, Worski's video on her was pedantic. It's like he wasn't saying anything that anyone else in Comicsgate hadn't already said about her.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Worski. He takes opinions and recycles them. That's why I don't really watch his content. It's just boring.
Yeah, it's like he's only really interesting when he's having a freak out, but then at a certain point, it's just like,
dude, chill out. Take some heroin.
No, actually, in his case, he's a guy who needs to go to rehab.
That too.
Like, I guarantee this is going to be the year he's going to be like that one guy from, the guy from the Comey video. Or was it Coney? It was the guy who was, like jacking himself off in the middle of San Diego.
Oh.
You don't remember that?
I also remember the South Park parody.
Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee he's gonna have a moment like that this year. He's just gonna do something that's just gonna push him over the edge, and he's just gonna have a public freak out. He's gonna be arrested, and if he's not, he may or may not be sent to prison, but I guarantee he'll be put into court-ordered rehab.
More likely, and I get the feeling that if it's not Ian Miles Chung, it's either gonna be Ethan Ralph or Dick Masterson.
Well, I don't know. I'm putting money down on Dick just because, well, Dick had the lawsuit happen to him.
I would say that Worski will probably learn from Maddox's mistake, but then again, it's Andy Worski.
Well, I don't know. It's just more like I can see. I don't know. Dick just has this way of just provoking people to do the most outrageous shit without even actually doing it.
Yep.
I mean, come on, think about it. Maddox has his girlfriend call Dick's girlfriend's school to get her fired, and Dick ends up getting a restraining order put on her. And then later down the line, Maddox hits him with a lawsuit, which he loses, of course. And this all started just because Maddox made that video trying to expose Dick's lies, and Dick refuted every one of those points. And like, let's put it this way: Maddox keeps destroying his brand while Dick keeps growing.
There's a certain point where you have to just ignore what's being said about you, otherwise you'll destroy your own brand.
Yeah, like I said, if Maddox had just if Maddox shouldn't have not have made the video in the first place, but if he had just stopped at up until the lawsuit, he would not be in the position he is right now. And it's just, oh, actually, here's something I want to look up. I want to see if he still has if that Patreon still has money.
Huh. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun couple of years to see how that goes.
I have a hard time believing that anyone is still donating to Maddox.
Yeah, but then again, there are people who there's always gonna be people who will see him as being the victim.
116. He has $116.
That's still more than why we know.
Whoa! Hold up! What's this? This is funny. I thought for a second he only had 2 tiers. Wait, hello.
Hello.
This is okay. Now it's funny because he has a $1 tier, a $5 tier, a $25 tier, and wait for it, a $1,000 tier.
I'm guessing there's nobody taking that up.
Nope. Do you want to know do you know what the benefits for pledging $1,000 or more to Maddox is? It's just
he love you long time.
It just says benefactor. Contact me for discussion. What the fuck does that mean?
It sounds like a trap. It sounds like prostitution, really.
I mean, like, here's what the others say. You pledge $1. It says you're helping create satire. You're welcome. Pledge $5. You get to see new videos before anyone else. Pledge $25. Your name in the video description / credits. Access to bonus content such as in-work progress shots and behind the scenes and how-to videos.
I just want to say that I hope that we don't ever become that way. All of us in.
Well, dude, I think we have the benefit of having seen so many internet has-beens rise and fall that we pretty much know what not to do.
Yeah, but if there's any, as much as I make fun of Worski, he does have an ability to rebrand himself. Which is probably why he doesn't keep to a single brand for very long.
Yeah, but like, how's that working out for him? I want to check his. He still has a Patreon, doesn't he?
Yep.
Let's see how that's working out. Weird. I type in Andy Worski and I find nothing.
Did he delete it?
Let's check Worski. Okay, yeah, here we are. Worski, live shows and videos. That's got to be him. Even looks like him, too. He only makes $56 a month off this thing.
I'm actually not surprised.
Fuck. Oh, man, I remember an episode of the Kumite where Vamp was bragging about how she was making more money than he was.
Actually, while we're on that subject,
Well, nothing right now.
What?
All it just says is how many patrons she's got. It's not. It's hiding the amount.
Oh yeah. Well, I make a comment about Worski not providing anything for his patrons. I haven't really been doing much lately, but that's largely because of the uncertainty of whether or not I want to continue on Patreon to build up a following just for Patreon to crumble, just as I've got everyone there.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. Like, even though I'm still collecting like some cash off Patreon, but I'm not really doing anything with it either. And just because part of it's because the growth has been so slow, and also, then of course there's all that Patreon shit, and then there was that Tim Pool video that I just found out today, like, where Jack Conte all but admitted that the business model is not sustainable.
Well, yeah, look at what he did. He decided to take down and to throw it in the rules to say that it's allowable for them to ban you for stuff you do off the platform. Or, even in a DM where there is context that you can read from that. And even if it makes you look better off for it, that the context is there, they'll still ban you. So, fuck off, Jack. I hope you enjoy that refrigerator box.
Yep. Yeah, just I mean, like, fuck. You can even like set up a sort of subscription service through PayPal anyway, and you keep even. And guess what? Here's the difference. Patreon will take 10% out of what you get, whereas PayPal only takes like 2 or 3%. Oh, and not only that, Patreon sends the money to you through PayPal, so you're technically losing out on 12 to 13%.
Yeah, thanks, Patreon.
So why? So look, so it beggars the question: Why did anyone even bother with Patreon? Just because it was so convenient?
Probably. That's probably it.
Yeah, it's just like, fuck. All I gotta. I mean, like, seriously, if you can set up your own website and have a similar setup to Patreon, just using PayPal as a process service. I think like the only thing you gotta, like the only snag is like, how do you control how much people are putting in through PayPal? That's like the only thing. Like, I'm not. Like, do we know how Rooster Teeth has their subscription service set up?
Basically, they've got through PayPal.
And like, how much is it?
Well, my subscription I got grandfathered into, so it's about $6 every 3 months. But I'm gonna go look it up to see how much it is standard. But they also have tiers, such as they've got a loot box type of first membership.
That's just the thing that's just the thing I'm wondering. Like, how do you make that work? Like, do you just like?
Well, for one thing, they probably make enough money to allow it to work.
No, well, okay. I mean, I'm not talking about the money part. I'm talking about the mechanical part of it. Like, how do you know people are putting down what they're signing up for? Like, let me put it this way: how do we know we're not going to set up a $5 tier and people are not going to try fudging by going for one?
No idea.
That's a problem we gotta figure out. If we're gonna set up our own site to have and have our own subscription service to it. It's like, how do we how do we know that people are going to be honest about what they're putting down?
Maybe have a special mechanic. Maybe just no idea. Actually, no idea. That's probably something Dan should figure. We should talk to you about that.
Okay, how about this? I just saw this on Twitter. Someone just responded to a tweet that says, "What is your most unpopular anime opinion?" Cowboy Bebop was not that great, and I don't understand why it gets the praise it does.
Blasphemy.
Not allowed to. You are no longer allowed to have an opinion.
Oh, I get why people enjoy it. It's similar to how people enjoy Tarantino flicks.
Are you telling me you are not that big of a Cowboy Bebop fan?
I enjoy it. I don't have it I don't revere it. I don't as a personal god.
I have the poster. That's one of my top 10 animes of all time. Like, I consider it a peerless masterpiece.
Oh, I understand. It is good, but I'm not saying that. There are some people who say that it's great. And it is. But there are some people who see it as the shining example of anime when it clearly isn't anymore.
I don't know. I still haven't seen an anime series that can top it.
That's the problem is that they'll if you say, "Hey, this is what anime's like," they're gonna go. The new V is gonna go in and see that there's lots of perverted anime out there nowadays because that's a popular thing now. Such as you got that monster show about sexy women monsters.
Monster Musume, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, and you got Lolita.
Ugh. I'm just saying. Look, just. I need I need to get the DVD. I still haven't, and even. But it's just like, although to be fair, like I know people who are way bigger Cowboy Bebop fans than I am. Like I know one guy, he will say like Cowboy Bebop is practically his religion.
Yeah, that's the kind of person I don't want to take much stock in.
To be fair, I think he says it ironically.
Okay, good. But yeah, the people who say that the end all kind of think. Okay, so Rooster Teeth's first membership, the plans start at $2.99 a month. So they charge every 3 months, so it's about $9.
Yeah, just.
And I'm going to look at the.
Yeah, I just want to. The only thing I'm really curious about in that regard is just how they make it work.
Yeah, I'm checking out the RT box. See how what that's priced at. Because that could be something that we could do later on when we have more merchandise.
Oh yeah. The I think though I think once we get the books out, the merchandise is gonna flow a lot easier.
Yep. I figure that will probably. I don't think it'll be very hard to convince Dan to do Althea and Adobe posters in uniforms.
You can pretty much talk Beth into doing it anyway.
With how quickly she did Althea in a schoolgirl's uniform.
Yeah, it's just no. Actually, now that I'm thinking about like what. Here's the thing. How old is Althea again when the book starts?
In the current setting, she's about 21.
So this is about. No wait, like okay, when May
When
when okay when
when
Changeling
she
starts
first
May,
meet.
when
What?
when Changeling starts Maeve is 14. So
When changing starts, Althea is 32.
oh my god, so if I'm doing the math right, then by the time Althea's actually where's that put Adobe?
When Althea and Adobe meet, I think at that time, Althea's going to be 22, Adobe's going to be 18.
Okay, so there's like a 3-year distance, 3-year gap between them. So okay, if Althea's 32 when Changeling starts. Adobe's 29. Okay, take 14 out of that. Okay, if I'm doing the math right, then basically when Althea and Adobe are in high school, Maeve probably hasn't even learned how to walk yet. At most.
Yep. And I'm going to point this out that the changeling baby that Althea rescues, that's not Maeve. I did not write that character to be Maeve, so if the character pops up again, the character will be probably about,
Completely different character.
yeah, and about half the age of Maeve.
Yeah.
Doing the math right.
Yeah. Because
Actually, no.
Let me put it. I think we can assume that, but when Althea finds that changeling baby, like she's nowhere near Washington.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's going to be a 4-year difference between Maeve and that baby.
So wait, there.
What?
So wait a tick, like you. So wait a tick. You mean like the baby's 4 years older than she is?
No, Maeve is 4 years older than the baby.
Oh yeah. Okay. This isn't something you gotta do any timeline adjustment for, right?
I don't think so. I'll probably start on the Mythic side of a timeline in a Google document.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know something funny about how everyone talks about the ratios of likes, dislikes on YouTube?
Yeah. What about it?
Kevin Logan, despite how much I don't like him, has a point where it doesn't matter whether or not you like or dislike a video, it's still going in the algorithm. So even if you dislike a video, you're still helping that creator.
So in other words,
the
worst thing that could happen to you is you get no likes or dislikes.
That's right.
So, goddamn.
Yep. The only thing a massive surge in dislikes will do to you is so that there are people who are actually watching this and they're interacting with the creator.
Yeah. Well, we've got at least one like, so someone put it in. So somebody put that into the algorithm.
Yep, I might as well put in a dislike to balance it out.
Hey now.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I'm not pro. Which, speaking of which, I've ran this by Dan, and there's going to be a new Paladin character introduced in this storyline. This character is going to be based on Hercule Poirot.
Oh.
Yep. So he's going to have... I just need to figure out what to give this character. Maybe something about wanting a balance between order and chaos. So if there's too much order, he'll be chaotic. If there's too much chaos, he'll be orderly.
Yeah, okay, that's at least an interesting concept.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of this.
What?
Are we gonna say? You keep going.
No, you can go.
No. I was just gonna say, it just reminds me of this one villain from Batman: Brave and the Bold. It was called Equinox,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just obsessed with balance.
Well, speaking of that balance, did you see the remake of Murder on the Orient Express?
I have not.
Kenneth Branagh makes a really good Hercule Poirot. And there's this one scene where, at the very beginning, he steps in camel poop. And when he rolls his eyes, he explains that it's not because he stepped in camel poop, but it's because of the imbalance of it all. So, on the foot that doesn't have the camel poop, he steps in it with, just so he could have that balance.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's just that's kind of what Poirot's just kind of obsessed with, is just keeping everything balanced.
Oh yeah, especially when the very first time you meet the character in the movie, he's checking his eggs to see that they're perfectly balanced. And he sends away the ones that, he sends them away if they aren't.
Looks like they kind of updated the setting for it.
Well, they kept the original setting, which I think is a fair choice.
No, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia article, and the poster seems to the clothing seems pretty modern.
No, it's kept in the same time period.
Oh, it is still 1934. I just double checked. Okay.
Nobody's wearing jeans in that.
Hey, people are dressing nice.
Funny thing is about that movie is that everyone still wants to see Johnny Depp dead. Johnny Depp plays the murder victim.
Wow. Now I have to see this.
Oh, you'll probably enjoy the twist at the end. But the movie was starring and directed by Kenneth Branagh, and he did a really good job of it. In fact, you'll notice that Daisy Ridley can act when she's got a good director.
That's so, huh?
Yeah. You actually she doesn't feel like Rey in that movie. She's actually allowed to have emotions.
Well, no.
Mm-hmm. See, although she's more of a reserved character for the station she's at in life. Also, the fact that there's an interracial relationship that it would have been really odd to see that in 21st century America, interracial relationships were widely discouraged.
Actually, here's something I'm gonna ask. The article says that Poirot's Belgian. So does that mean Kenneth Branagh tries affecting a French accent?
Yep.
Knowing Kenneth Branagh, it's super hammy.
Well, in a delightful way.
I'm just saying. I've seen how he acted in his version of Hamlet.
I have to say he's one of the best Poirots.
For the record, if anyone elects to watch the Kenneth Branagh version of Hamlet, make sure you've got an afternoon clear because it's fucking long. Like, I'm not kidding. I got a DVD from my library back at college.
Uh-huh.
It was 2 discs.
Yep. Oh, I can imagine.
As in,
there's one.
As in, people, they couldn't fit the whole movie onto a single disc.
Jeez. There's one thing that I have to say about the difference between Kenneth Branagh directing a Poirot story versus one of the Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movies, is that he went for a faithful adaptation, while the director of the Sherlock Holmes movies,
Guy Ritchie, that was who did it.
Yeah, he preferred to go his own route of a story.
Well, as far as I knew, Guy Ritchie wasn't even adapting any specific Sherlock Holmes movies, Holmes novels.
No, he wasn't. That showed.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was just sort of taking taking ideas and concepts from various Sherlock Holmes stories, but in just making his own.
Yeah, which I don't think they were any good.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. And although I'll be honest with you, Robert Downey Jr. could play a coke addict. The coke addict side of Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
Because of his own, I guess in a way, it makes sense for them to shy away from that aspect of Holmes. Because of Downey Jr.'s own drug use.
Yeah. I can understand that, like the guy's bad history with. Guy had a really bad history with drug use at one point in his life.
Yeah, and one of the things I have to say that makes me really respect him was that Mel Gibson helped him for that time period, and Robert and his whole thing right now, all he wants to do is help Mel Gibson out. Even to the point where he says that if he's going to do another Iron Man movie, he wants Mel Gibson to direct it. He doesn't care about any petitions against him for that. He just wants to give Mel Gibson work.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a person, I respect Robert Downey Jr. I might not agree with a whole lot of his politics. I probably don't agree with a lot of the things he does. But it's rare to see that kind of loyalty in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'll give you that much. And I think you've talked about this before, but what was your deal with Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock?
I think the biggest problem was putting it in the modern day. Benedict Cumberbatch himself, I think he makes a great Sherlock Holmes. Just like Robert Downey Jr. could have been a great Sherlock Holmes. But the writing they were given prevented them from excelling.
It's like there's kind of like there's little, I see like little flickers of something that's closer to what a Sherlock Holmes story should be, and I've seen it in the BBC Sherlock Holmes. Like, okay, instead of him being like a coke or a no, actually was it coke or opium he was addicted to?
Cocaine.
Okay, instead of it being coke, they make it nicotine patches. Like, you can tell like there's little flickers in there. And
yeah.
he definitely has nailed the personality down.
Oh yeah, I think he's related to Jeremy Brett.
What, Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah, I'm looking up right now. But I remember hearing that he does have a relation with Jeremy Brett. Let's see.
Yeah, but like I said, like you can see there's little bits of it. And I mean, like, so in your opinion, like it probably would have been better off if they just made it more of a period show.
Yeah, and I keep on forgetting the name of the guy who's the showrunner for it.
I think that's Stephen Moffat.
Yeah, him. I think that he is giving it his own spin, and his own spin is not always good.
Yeah, I mean, like some people might say, but worked out for Doctor Who. Well, Doctor Who's that kind of show.
Yeah. In fact, Sherlock Holmes is the type of man that does not know about the mechanics of the solar system. Not because he's stupid, but because he doesn't need to know about it.
Yeah.
As he puts it, his mind is like an attic, and he only puts in there what he needs to put in there. Nothing more, nothing less. As a detective, he does not need to know about the solar system. He doesn't need to know that the Earth revolves around the sun. And when he was told about that, he immediately forgot about it.
Yeah,
because that's how his mind worked.
You know, it's honestly something like that sounds like it's easy to communicate. It's easy to get across inside of a novel. Not so easy for an actor to sort of translate.
Well, I think they did have that moment in the Sherlock series, the BBC series.
Like, what does Watson tell him something important, and then
they make fun of him. Yeah, they make fun of him for not knowing.
And so, like, what? And let me guess. Like later on, he and Watson are walking off, and he just says, "Look, if it's not important for me to know, I forget about it."
More than likely.
Like that's how I can see it going. It's like I think because another thing with like Sherlock is like he's very blunt.
Yeah, he is. He is a very blunt man, and he's not someone who will mince words if he's upset with you.
Yeah.
Such as that one time when he communicated his displeasure over Watson putting a fanciful version of the events he's supposed to record.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It's like yeah, playing Sherlock Holmes. That pretty much requires that the actor has to be comfortable with playing someone who's really brilliant but has like the worst social skills possible.
Yep, and in a way, that's kind of what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, no, actually, there's something because I remember you saying like you modeled Althea after Sherlock, but somehow I get the feeling Althea has better people skills.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take everything from a character, even though he might be in public domain.
Well, because if you did, it's just like you'd just be called unoriginal.
Yeah.
And plus, I don't know. It's like another thing is like you're honestly going to tell you that Sherlock's personality works if you just swap genitals. Like
no, it really wouldn't.
Yeah, it's just like there's a certain way women act that like women do things that men don't. Okay, that's how. It's because we're different. All right, and that's not a bad thing. I guess like I mean like you can I guess you can imagine like
pray to YouTube then.
I was gonna say like the thing with in Althea's case, like I mean like she's probably I could probably see her being Sherlock's smart, but it's like it's like his it's kind of like his mind's kind of like it's sort of his intelligence sort of comes from the fact that his social skills are so badly handicapped. It's like his intelligence just compensates for it. So it's like it's charged or something.
Oh yeah, and it was pretty funny introducing Mycroft Holmes when Sherlock tells Watson that he's got worse people skills than him.
Yeah, actually, I think Sherlock even said Mycroft is smarter than he is, but he's just not as ambitious.
Yep.
Or as driven.
Yep. In fact, the first time you meet Mycroft in Sherlock Holmes, it's in a way, it's a study in how to tell a character through visual storytelling rather than have an exposition about the finer details. They point out a man who's out doing his own shopping. It shows that he's a widow. He's got a rattle in one hand and a picture book in the other, which states that he has 2 children. One is a baby, the other one's a young child. By the tone of his skin, they could tell that he was. By his posture, they could tell he was in the military, and possible rank. Tone of skin, that he was in a Middle Eastern campaign.
Yeah. Now, like I said, bringing it back to Althea, like I can imagine, like maybe, like I can imagine that she sort of has the same, like she probably has a similar intellect to Sherlock, maybe, possibly even be as smart as he is, but her mind is going to work in a much different way.
Yeah.
Whereas, like Sherlock has to basically just clear all distractions for him to sort of be able to hyper focus so that he can solve a case.
Yeah, there were times where he told Watson to go away.
Yeah, it's like he has to be by himself, so he has to be able to. He basically has to go into his own head. He has to go into his own world to be able to do it. It's like,
And he'll often talk about how many pipes it would take for him to come to a solution.
yeah. If you had to put down how Althea's mind works, how would you put it?
Well, I'd have to say it's structured. So to the point where they'll have a plan and a backup plan. And in a way, she's also got a fear of Spriggans because of how it's more from stories of how they work. And basically, she doesn't want to be caught caught with them facing them down and have to change her clothes inside out in public just to beat them. So basically if the reason for the problem points at Spriggan, so go or has any kind of reference to Spriggan, so go in with her clothes inside out just because she doesn't want to do it in public. Of course, this leaves her to feel very stupid if there isn't any Spriggans, but that's her own fears.
Still, I mean, like, I'm not really.
She likes to be cautious, basically.
I guess.
She likes to be prepared. To the point where sometimes she'll seem overbearing.
That's just more like I'm kind of trying to imagine like how she solves problems compared to Sherlock. Because like I said with Sherlock, he has to basically go inside his own headspace, and he has to shut everything else out and everyone else out too.
In a way, she's like that because I made her to be a writer as well, so she'll have to go. She goes in her own headspace to dig out the information she knows.
Yeah, I'm also thinking like the way she kind of comes about it is a little bit different because like with men are more task oriented, whereas women are more relationship oriented.
Yeah. But in a way, the way she was trained, she has to go by the task. But in a way, I'd have to say there are two Altheas. There's Althea, the mythic, who goes out and investigates the supernatural. And then there's Maria, her given name, and her everyday face, who is more, I guess in a way, more personable than when she's Althea. Okay. If that makes any sense. I do think that it's going to be really interesting to see how Maeve will react to that.
Well, the thing is, like, kind of because of the way Maeve is, like, because like I said, I did kind of write it in that that she acts like she has autism, but I'm not going to be clear on whether or not she actually does. like she's very like she's honest and she doesn't, but she also doesn't like people lying to her.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a very, very weird thing for her.
Yeah, like
So you might feel like Althea's lying to her about who she is, but in a way, that whole thing is more about how Althea is based on the circumstances.
Mhm.
She doesn't intend to lie to Maeve about herself, but that's just how things are.
Yeah. Well, then again, she might even tell me like, "You're not exactly honest with everyone either."
That too.
Yeah, it's like,
Who
because you don't go around telling everybody hey, I'm a changeling.
They'll put her in a mental hospital.
All she'd have to do is just drop her glamour.
Yeah, and then she gets towed to the nearest research facility to be experimented upon.
And assuming that doesn't happen, like she just, well, people are just gonna react like are not gonna, like she knows how people would react to her. Like they all, like she's been, like she knows that kids have been reacting to her since she was little. Like they know she's not normal. Like she's got at least enough, like even though May doesn't get a lot of social cues, she does have enough self-awareness to know that people treat her different because she's different.
Yeah.
And already people think she's enough of a freak.
And she's not going to want to make it seem.
She doesn't want to make it worse.
Nope. Which is, in a way, a sad part of her story.
Yeah, it's just it is. It's just because, like, honestly, that's kind of the only thing she really just wants is just to find people that'll accept her.
Which she does, but unfortunately, her father's not one of them. Oh, sorry. A good thing there's only one person listening, watching.
Pretty sure that one person is you.
It probably is.
Because no one reacted in the chat.
Yeah, and we're going on 2 hours, so we'll probably be on for another hour. How many times do we get? We're gonna go see what the view ratio is.
I can pull them up right now. Because I guarantee they're not very high. I'd be surprised if any of them got more than maybe a dozen views at once.
Well, we're definitely not doing as much as Maeve's hoodie.
5 seconds and all you gotta watch is her just put a hoodie or put a hoodie on and it's cute, of course.
Yep.
Okay, one of the first streams we did was like that got 31. Let's see. And one we did with Ethan Nicole, that was 24. 18. One we did with 17. One we did with Lenny had close to 30.
I think we should bring Lenny back on because she's obviously the most popular one.
Yeah. Well, let's be on. Then there's one with Tom and Artie, that's 18. And Viola's 22. There's another one, 17. One with Ginger has actually I think that one one with Ginger has 22. Yeah.
Actually, it'd be kind of fun to have Lenny and Vamp on the same one.
That would be. The one we have with Troy has 34. Oh, Preston has 29.
So our most popular one is Troy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I dare say it's gonna make him feel happy.
Actually, Ginger's got 20. Ginger brings in 25. Another one has Ginger. That's 25 years. That was a. See, then there was that one we did. There was that Chris episode. That one had 28. But yeah. The point is, nobody's watching these.
Nope.
Yeah, getting.
But later on, we're going to.
Yeah, although, like I said, it kind of gives. I'll just be honest though. It's just like I honestly think we're gonna do just fine. I mean, like in the end, it's not. In the end, like what you get up on the stream, what you get on the streams doesn't matter for our books.
Yeah.
What we need is what's gonna matter for us ultimately is how many copies of the books we can sell.
Which I do think that we're gonna be able to sell a lot.
Yeah.
I have hopes for our books.
I think we'll do fine.
Yep.
It's definitely gonna do a lot to help put Wicked on the map. That'll be great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, like, if we probably really wanted to bring the views, we should probably get a stream that has both Lenny and Troy on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I also think that we'd probably get views if we started more drama with people. But we're not going to because we're not drama-holics. Okay, so apparently there's an Avengers vs. X-Men sequel event in the works.
And I care because...
Oh, it's obvious that they're not going to have any talent on it.
Look, but it's like anything Marvel or DC does these days, it's like I couldn't care less about. It's like...
anything...
we all know what it's going to happen.
Yeah, but I have more faith in DC simply because they've got talented guys like Scott Snyder and Sean Gordon Murphy.
Yeah, true. I'll give you that much.
And I really like how Scott Snyder is able to be able to make so many people angry and how little he cares about their anger. He doesn't engage the anger. Just ignores it.
Yeah, he's pretty much he pretty much does what pros should do, man. He just doesn't let himself get into the drama.
Yeah. Even though there are people who are YouTube sniping him.
Yeah, I'll just point out that none of those shots landed because he's clearly still doing okay.
Yeah, there's nothing worse, nothing sadder than impotent rage. Which reminds me of that one GTA 5 character who's a superhero that's basically a parody of the left, called Impotent Rage.
Fucking really?
Yep. Basically, he gets his superpower is that he's able to get triggered by just about anything. In fact, at one point, his super hot secretary, is coming on to him, and he's just ignoring it because he wants to be a good ally.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Yep.
And this is like an actual DC character?
Oh no, it's in Grand Theft Auto,
Oh.
the game series. They take shots at both Republicans and Democrats, such as, I think one of them, on the Republican side is the Republican Space Rangers, which is quite funny because it predates any kind of Trump Space Force parody by about
You know, if I remember correctly,
3 years.
If I remember correctly, I remember seeing seeing Space Rangers on the TV in Grand Theft Auto 4, and it seemed like it was making fun of Bush era Republicans.
Yep. While Impotent Rage makes fun of the outrage culture that the left is creating.
I guess just now it's just more fun to make fun of the left than it is the right.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, the only thing the left can do to make a joke these days is just some form of taking shots at Trump. And it's like they've all been made. There's nothing left to say.
Pretty much.
Whereas
the funny thing.
Whereas the left keeps finding new and exciting ways to fuck up.
Yep. And I'm going to link you to a compilation video for Impotent Rage.
That's just a... actually, I think also in Grand Theft Auto 4, another way they were taking shots at Republicans was they had Weasel News.
Oh yeah, that's in the 5th game as well.
Yeah, and I think the radio host for one of the shows is basically a parody of Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, that's a very good thumbnail for Impotent Rage.
Holy shit! Wait, where'd you send it?
On Slack.
My God, oh my God, that just looks funny. That just looks like the funniest shit ever.
It's just it's. I want there to be a TV show like that, just to make fun of it. But they're not going to do it.
Well, it's like that's a joke that just would run its course very quickly. Nat?
That's Silas.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was saying that I think the reason why you couldn't make a show like that is just because the joke would run its course very quickly. It's like if the only joke is that the guy turns into the Hulk because he gets triggered, it's like that's not a joke with a long shelf life.
Or is it? I don't know. What is that? Why is there so much dead air right now? Matt, is your mic working? Oh boy, it might not be. Matt, please type in Slack if it's working or not. I'm going to check.
Please. Was ever learned registration?
Oh, there you are. For a second, I thought I lost your mic cut out again. And it sounds like it did again anyway, because I cannot hear you. If you're saying anything. It looks... Well, I can't hear you, so I think it did. What's been going on? Let's see, how long has it been? 111 minutes, and it's almost... It is, yeah, it is the mic. All right, let's see. All right, try and get it fixed, and if not, we'll just call the show done for now. Let's see if anything's happening. Still a dead chat. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not look like the only thing really happening on Twitter right now is people offering hot takes to the fucking... Honestly, the only thing happening on Twitter right now is people offering hot takes to the State of the Union address, which I don't really care about, to be honest. Yeah. Might take a while before Matt is actually able to fix his mic, so you know what, I'll just... Matt, are you okay with... Matt, are you okay with calling it good now? Yeah, one moment. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's see if we can fix it.
Still setting up. Now this would be a case where having some tunes in the background would at least come in handy, because then we would have some to fill the dead air. But the only way I know how to do it though is with OBS, which is unfortunately a fucking resource hog. So that's like not happening. Fucking well, it could. Well, let's not say it couldn't happen, but I'm gonna need like an. I don't know what. I'm probably gonna have to do a little digging in how to upgrade my PC so I can use OBS more effectively. Let's see. Don't look at nothing. Trying to avoid. Yeah, we're gonna have to call it here. All right, looks like Matt can't fix it. What's up? Sorry about the dead air for the last 5 minutes, guys. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.